Welcome to part 2 of Embedding Creativity in your LibGuide. I'm Meredith Kostek, Research Instruction and Engagement Librarian at the Boley Law Library at Lewis and Clark Law School in Portland, Oregon. Part 2 of Embedding Creativity is going to be embedding Canva posters and newsletters in our website, using Google Slides in our website, and then we'll talk a little bit about accessibility and how to make what you embed in your LibGuides accessible to all. By using Canva and Google Slides, I'm able to customize my embedded content and LibGuides even more. I use Canva to embed full issues of newsletters and posters. Embedding allows me to make changes on the original, and it shows up on my guide without having to change anything. Readability is great too. Embedding your slides as a presentation allows students to interact with the slides, especially for those of us who like to add transitions to our slides. Where can you find these embed codes? Well, on Canva, you need to go to Share, and then you look for the embed code and copy the HTML code. And then on Google Slides, it's available in File. Let me show you where to find it. Here on Canva, I have a poster that I'm thinking about embedding on a LibGuide. I would go to Share, and then I select the More, and then I find that embed code there. I'll select Embed again, and here is that HTML code. I can just copy it, and now I have it. If I ever want to stop embedding this, I can just delete the embed code. Remember, what that does for me is any change I make here will be made on my website. So if I found out that it was really in room 3 instead of room 2, I could change it in Canva and it would change it immediately on the website. Here I have a slide presentation on ChatGPT for legal research. And let's say I would like to put these slides on my website and embed them. I'll find the embed code under File, and then I go ahead and select Share, Publish to Web. I'm going to select Embed, select Publish, and it will say, are you sure? I'll say okay, and then it will give me that embed code. I can go ahead and copy that, and then that'll be what I add to my LibGuide under my widget. If I ever want to unpublish it, I would do the same thing. Again, if I make any change to this, because it's published directly to the web, I will be able to make that change right away in my slide presentation, and then it shows up on my website. Let's look at some examples on Boley of how we've used these. Again, one of the main ways that I use this is to publish our newsletter. So here is our newsletter LibGuide, and then I publish our newsletter full and easy to read, and then we go ahead and you can change pages and do all of those things. And so select the next page, and it continues to read well, read easily, and you can see everything in its full size. Here we have a slide presentation embedded in our lecture slides for our course in Legal Research 1. And remember, I said for those of us who like to put in our transitions, here, because it is already embedded, I can go ahead and show as they look through all of those transitions, because it's embedded instead of just the PDF of the slides. Notice that over here I've already embedded a video, so you can embed lots of different things in your website for what you would like to say. Don't forget about accessibility. One of the easiest things you can do in Google Slides is add alternative text to all of your pictures. You'll select your picture, then go to Format Options, and then add alt text. Let's go back to that ChatGPT presentation. I'll select my picture, then select Format Options. I'll go to alt text, and then add a description of the picture. Here I've added AI created pop for Coca-Cola on display in a grocery store. Now that will be available anytime someone reads that on the web. The screen reader will read the description of the picture. Recently, Canva has added an entire way to look at accessibility for all of your posters or your presentations or anything that you produce on Canva. The way to access this is to go to File and then Settings, and then you're going to check your design accessibility. it will read through this and it will tell me what it has found and then puts little dots next to it. It says that I have a color contrast issue and it's hard to read one of my colors. It tells me what it is. It's a low contrast text, and then it gives me one or more suggested text colors. I can select that and then it will continue on. The next thing it says, I'm missing alternative text on two of my pictures. So let's go ahead and look at that. It says, I have no alt text on this first one. Well, it's just decorative, so I can mark that as decorative and save that. The next one, I can add alternative text, and that is the Oregon Capitol. So I'll just add Oregon Capitol right there and save that. And now I have no more issues remaining. You see that it talks about typography, how big is the text, color contrast, and then alternative text for each one of your visuals within your poster. You can also add additional things, especially to Canva, that help with screen readers or for accessibility issues. The first one is to add a title. So I would add title Bowling Newsletter for this. The next one is to add a website that it can go to, and it hyperlinks it as the go-to newsletter. And that allows someone to jump from the newsletter that they're seeing on the screen to a website version or to the actual newsletter. So it allows them to jump to that. Up next, in part 3, we're going to create interactive Google Slides that we'll then embed in our websites.